Howdy friends, it's Brian from Chillin in the Conejo, but I'm also wearing my Ojai Valley Land Conservancy hat today because I'm out here on the Rio Vista Preserve up here entering the Ojai Valley. Today I'm here on the preserve with Ellie Bolas. She's the president of the Channel Islands tracking team. So tell us about the Channel Islands tracking team.
Okay, well, so the team was started in 2011, and we're a group of nature enthusiast citizen scientists, and we like to go out and spend time in the outdoors with other fun folks and look at some wildlife tracks along the way.
Yeah, you know, we have them out on on our preserves here in the valley because we're interested in what wildlife is here. And I'll tell you, it's not always easy to find somebody who knows animal tracks. They're not, you don't look them up in the yellow pages. So what does it take to be a good tracker?
Well, being a good tracker is a lot of work, and I would say that for our team, we really are just looking for folks who want to spend time in nature. That's the first step. After that, if you're willing to just kind of start looking around, observing, it's similar to learning plant species or bird species. There's a pretty steep learning curve, but if you're curious what animals are around and you're willing to spend some time on your knees in the dirt, then you too will be able to tell us what animals are in the area.
Well, they say to be an expert at anything, you need to spend 10,000 hours doing it. Have you spent 10,000 hours yet?
Not quite. Okay. Well, I would say even if I'd spent 10,000 hours, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to be an expert.
Yeah, but there are levels of training and certifications for what you're doing, and so different members of the team have different certification levels. How does that work?
Yeah, so there's two elements to the team. One is the data collection element, which we may talk about in a little while, and the other is the education element. So we do a lot of open dirt times where we're practicing learning together, and then we also do classes, and then there's something called the Cyber Tracker evaluation, which is similar to other peer review processes in science. And so that is a weekend that we spend with an expert tracker, and we're tested, so we literally look at tracks and try and identify them. We have a lot of level 1 trackers on the team, and then it goes up from there. Level 3, you need to get 90% or more correct, so it gets harder to get higher on the level, but we have 10 or 11 certified trackers on the team, so we've got a lot of dedicated folks.
Yeah, so we know that the data we're getting here is good data, and that's, you know, it's encouraging that citizen science can play a big role in land management. I know we look at, you know, we'll be looking at the data we gather here today as we look at management practices out on our preserves, and, you know, if we come out here and do this, you know, every other year or every year or so, you know, we'll learn something about the changing dynamics of wildlife out here. So how did you get into tracking in the first place?
Maybe I was always destined to be a tracker. When I was a little kid, I just wanted to see animals, but I had no idea how to go about doing that. And you know, I studied ecology in school, and then shortly after I graduated college, someone showed me an animal trail, and it was just a life-changing event. And I was like, wait a minute, there's been animals around this whole time. Why'd I waste my time on plants? Which I love plants too, don't get me wrong, but from that moment on, I just wanted to know where the animals were and what they were doing, and I've been working in education and wildlife biology, and so it's a really useful skill to cultivate for outdoor education, or if you're studying the animals. Tracks help you know where to look for them. So
I think the educational element's really interesting and a big part of this, because, you know, I'm really looking forward to sharing the information we get with the people in the public, so they know that, you know, that they're actually living really close to a pretty wild area, and like people, I think they'll get excited about what we find out here. So one of your goals with the tracking team is to build your numbers and get more certified people, because you're working really throughout the whole, you know, Ventura County coast area, whole Channel Islands area. So
yeah, definitely.
So how can people find out more about the tracking team and how to get involved?
Well, we would love anyone who loves nature. We want them to come and join us. We have a Facebook page for the Channel Islands tracking team. You can also email myself, or you can get in touch with Brian through the Ojai Valley Land Conservancy. They've been an incredibly supportive group to work with. We have so many potential projects. We have more projects than we have members right now. So we'd love to get some more people helping us with scat identification, or looking in the dirt, seeing if you can see toes and claws, all that fun stuff that tells you what wildlife is around.
Well, terrific. Thanks for coming out and bringing your team today. We're really looking forward to what we find out. So contact Channel Islands Tracking Team. Get involved.
Thank you.